replay viewers, hello. Stay on until the end because I'm going to announce a freebie that is available. Hey Kim, for anybody that's watching on this specific Periscope, I hope you're all having a great Labor Day. And I'm working on Labor Day, but it's all fun. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera. If I can do it. There we go. Ooh, that was close. Okay. Okay, so today we're talking, and don't mind if I look down, we're talking about Periscope for your pet business or rescue, and ideas and suggestions on how to build your audience. And don't mind my frizzy hair. Okay, so as you know, I'm Nancy from, or maybe you're just getting to know me, I'm Nancy from American Pet Professionals. Yeah, Kim, I see that you're working too. And I run a business networking group for the pet industry. And I also have done public relations for 10 years. I worked in TV, and I always have a lot of ideas. It's probably one of the things that drives me crazy the most because I'm always thinking, oh, that would be a great idea, and how to implement that. So today we're talking about Periscope for your pet business or rescue. And a lot of people, you can get really, really stumped with Periscope. I know I have. What am I going to scope about today? I want to scope. We're a little addicted to it. But how am I going to scope? What can I give information that's valuable to people? So here's 5 different tips on what you can do if you either have a pet business or a rescue. There's a lot of ways that you can do it. So one of the things that you can do is you can do a Q&A Periscope. So whether you're sharing answers, it could be on anything really, on dog training. It could be a Q&A on dog training tips. It wouldn't be dog training lessons. It would be dog training tips. And make sure you clarify that if you are doing it. On your pet product, 5 tips on whatever pet product that you have out now, how to use it. You can do anything with a Q&A. You could do grooming Q&A on tips in between grooming appointments, what you should do to make sure that your pet is groomed and properly well cared for in between grooming appointments. If you're a groomer, it's really easy, a Q&A on Periscope. And ask the vet. Now, if you're a veterinarian, it's a great idea to do an Ask the Vet, but make sure that you're not giving any diagnoses over Periscope, and make that clear to anybody that's watching. You could tell them that it's for informational purposes only. So it could be anything. It could be seasonal now that we're going into the fall, depending on where you live, and ideas of what you should look out for if you're a pet owner. A Q&A for Ask the Vet is super, super simple, and you can do those in person too, by the way. And so on. So the opportunities are endless with a Q&A, no matter what you're doing. The one thing I would point out is make sure that if you are doing a Q&A that you know what you're talking about. There is a lot of misinformation from pet professionals in the pet industry, or maybe not misinformation, but different views of opinions. So make sure you know what you're talking about, that you have, expertise behind what you're saying, and prepare for it. Make sure that you prepare for it. So that is a Q&A for Periscope. Again, it's something easy to do. Prepare. Do 5 Q&A. Hey, we're going to do a Q&A this Tuesday, every Tuesday at a certain time, and you'll have people that'll tune in. The other thing that I love is do weekly tips, kind of like what we're doing right now. So this is so simple to do. You can do once a week, maybe on Woof Wednesday. By the way, that's a hashtag on Twitter if you didn't know, Woof Wednesday. I think it's been around since Twitter started. So you could do Woof Wednesday tips, 5 weekly tips on anything revolved around your pet business or rescue. For example, if you're a rescue, give tips on how to transition a newly adopted dog or cat into your home. Any kind of tip from a rescue would be great. Again, if you're a groomer, you could do 5 tips on in between your dog grooming appointments, or what to ask the groomers. 5 tips every week. Think about the stuff that your customers ask you, and then thank you. And then you can go ahead and make that into a Periscope. This is stuff you already have that you can just do, probably shoot off the hip, but you want to be prepared a little bit. You could also do, if you're a pet photographer, 5 tips on taking better pet photos, right? And that could go back to the rescue group where you're giving 5 tips on taking better photos. But hey, if you're a rescue, you guys should pay attention to this because good photos are key to getting animals adopted. So whatever your area of expertise is, for anybody that's joining or watching the replay, again, I'm Nancy from American Pet Professionals. My website is AmericanPetProfessionals.com. Stay on till the end, and I'm going to have a free giveaway for anybody that wants it. Okay, so another tip is you can do demos. So if you have a product that you have launching, maybe you have a new pet product that you're launching, and you can actually demonstrate with it, that's such a cool thing. People love to watch demos. People love to watch Periscope, right? If you're a dog trainer, you could do a weekly demo on a certain dog training tool. Maybe it's a no-pull harness, and you want to show people how to put it on properly and fit it properly. Again, make sure that you tell them this is not dog training, lesson, but this is the device that you use, and that you want to make sure people understand how to put it on properly. If you're like me, you see people walking all over the place with their dogs and not on the right type of harness or whatever. So you could do that. So do a demo. You could do a grooming demo. You get the point. You can do any kind of demo. So, but a new product launch is pretty cool if you have a new demo coming. Thank you for the hearts, by the way, everybody. Here's a cool thing you can do. You could do behind the scenes. If you have a fun behind the scenes of your pet business or your rescue, you can go for it and have a cool behind the scenes. Hey, this is our business. This is how we get, our product from A to Z to you, whatever from your order. That could be a fun thing to do. You could do behind the scenes on getting a dog ready to be adopted to go home. Most dogs get groomed, they get bathed, they get a bow put on them, whatever it is. But remember to have a point to your scope if you do behind the scenes. Thank you, Kim. That's my website, AmericanPetProfessionals.com. So make sure that you have a point to your scope. Otherwise, you're just showing it behind the scenes and it's kind of, random. And most people are going to tap out and they're not going to stay on and watch. So make sure there's a point to your scope. If you're selling something, you could say, at the end of this scope, we're going to give you a keyword that's going to be a certain percentage off if you buy our product. I mean, that's a super simple way to get people to buy. Speaking of, at the end of this scope, I'm going to tell you guys where to go to get this whole PDF. I have a lot more tips and advice on this. Okay, so here's another one, and this one's kind of cool. I am an event person. I plan events, I go to events, I host events for the pet industry like crazy. Like after this weekend, it's probably the next 10 weeks of events. During the week and the weekends, it's nuts. Now it's just going to be craziness, but all good. So this can be a really good way to have a Periscope, but it could be a bad thing too. So here's what I'm saying. If you're at a pet event, like in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be at a pet expo, there with a booth for a couple of days. So you can Periscope from that pet expo and say, no, not Groom Expo, it's here on Long Island. It's a Long Island pet expo in the park. But anyway, you could go to, while you're there, you can Periscope and you can say, hey everybody, here's my booth. Here's what we're showing today, or giving away, or selling, or demoing, or whatever it is. Holy cow, look at all the great stuff that they have happening here at this pet event. You want to get down here. People chime in, and you can put the location on your Periscope then, and hopefully there's Wi-Fi there that you can do it. But this way you'll get more people interested in watching, coming to the event, and they'll know where it is. So you're not hiding your location. Like right now I'm in the Hamptons. Woo! Thanks to my friends visiting them and taking care of their little doggy. But anyway, so I don't have the location on there. But if I'm at an event and I want people to come see my booth or come visit, yes, definitely you can put the location on. So you could do that. So another thing is if you're hosting an event, it could be something a little iffy. So I'll give you an example. Over the summer, I was going to go to this event in Brooklyn with my newly adopted dog, Cody, and it looked like a really cool, fun event. They were promoting it, that it was on the waterfront, all of this stuff in an area that I'd never been. I was like, oh, that'll be fun. But it was supposed to be really hot. So I was like, let me double check and look and see exactly where this is, because I live on Long Island and getting to Brooklyn is not easy. It's a lot of traffic usually, and I don't live close. So I was like, let me go and check. I looked on Google Maps, I looked in the satellite. I'm like, it's not really on the waterfront. It was like in an area a block away from the waterfront. So right there I was like, well, it's not really the waterfront where I really want to go. And something popped up on Facebook, and it was a link to their event, a Periscope link. And it did not look good. I mean, yeah, it was crowded. It looked like everybody that was there was having fun. But for me, it was hot tarmac, it was crowded, and it was a very small event. So for that for me, I was very happy about Periscope because I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't waste my time going to Brooklyn in this heat and walking there, by the time I park and everything. So you really have to think about it. For people that were local, it was a great thing. They were showing. If people didn't know about it, yes, they could come down, walk down. But for me, I was so glad that somebody posted because then I wasn't going. So you have to think about, do you want to post your events on Periscope? Is it going to be a good thing or is it going to turn people off? So really think about that. If you're at an event again, it's a great thing to do to, show everybody where you are and all the fun, cool things happening. And you can tell them that maybe you're doing a giveaway or having something at your booth to get them there. Thank you for the hearts. And by the way, if anybody's watching and wants to share this, you can swipe right on your iPhone and hit share. You can share to your Twitter followers or to your Periscope fans and swipe up for Droid. I forget to say that. So anyway, those are some of my 5 tips. Again, just a quick recap. It's a recap. Do a Q&A on Periscope for whatever your expertise in. Thank you, Mary. Do weekly tips. Do demos if you have a product or if you're launching something or if you want to show how to use a dog training device. You can do behind the scenes. And the last one is if you have events. Again, we'll not talk about that. And so for the giveaway, you can go to AmericanPetProfessionals.com, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see on the Periscope area, click on that. There's a little form to fill out, and I'll have this PDF sent to whoever fills out their email and wants to get this. It's like 5 pages. There's so much advice and information on there. Again, AmericanPetProfessionals.com. Thank you, Kim. Scroll down to where you see my little Periscope, click on that, and you can fill out the form. And that's basically it for me now today. Have a great day, everybody. Happy Labor Day, and get out there and have some fun.